Yo, for freestyle, I just left the gym, hoping to get very soon extra slim. That would be nice, but I don't see that. But that's just a testament to my willing to try to get in shape, and then I'll be somebody who could integrate better ways to get within the space, as if I'd finally be able to be proportionate with my rhymes, because unfortunately the times are showing that the only muscles I have are in the brain and in the other head of mine. Why would I say that? Because as far as time goes, I'm ahead of mine and ahead of time, and I just said a rhyme that was a set of rhymes and a set of times, and it was just a cataclysmic, unbelievable thing I mentioned. But why would I not say it? Because Adam Stark, I don't censor shit. I don't have censorship. And if I say something, it doesn't mean I meant the shit. You take lyrics too serious. That's not my fault. That's yours. It's the end of the sentence, period. I'm just saying it because it's meant to be getting you furious. Because, the end of your period, it's like I fucking gonna beat someone who mentions me. What I'm do is I'm gonna suspend the geek. I'm gonna fucking hold him after class if I think he is a bitch. Get it? Hold him, classify if he is a bitch. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking do both of those things. That was somewhat of a double meaning, and I've come to seeing that any of you motherfuckers being in my way are just gonna be, unfortunately, you're gonna become a beating victim, because I'm gonna be able to see the system of lies and understand the guise of all the things you're going to set up to kind of get me down, but it's not going to work, because I will get suspended in a different way than you did, because the gravity's on my side whenever I fight. And what's going to happen, nothing to do with hindsight, but I'll see you from the future and you won't be able to catch up to what this rhyme's like. Yes, I just said catch up in hindsight. Sorry, I had to fucking pull it out of left field. Why not? Because when I talk, I can fucking punch you through whatever thing you're using, an iPhone, an iPod, or any type of eye socket that I find is going to be able to be broken through in 5 places 5 times without even mentioning 5 rhymes. I'll just get to that before we even speak a word, because these people heard that Adam Stark is the motherfucker who's going to be beating birds. Why did I say birds? I don't know, because I'm supposed to be fighting people, aren't I? But you see, the thing is, I don't know what species he is, because he looks like some kind of a freaking demon, because he has got that weird-ass nose, and that's why I said bird. He thought it was something absurd. Well, that's up to you, because that's your perspective, and mine is different. And you just can't get it. It's like fucking trying to explain something to someone that won't understand a dichotomy, the two types of things, because hip hop is basically my property. And it's like you wouldn't understand the 2 different choices to make, because the choices of fate. It's like having a permanent lesbian try and say, I can't get the dichotomy. Get it? She can't get the dichotomy, and she can't get the 2 different choices of being straight as the other dichotomy, because I fucking rhyme properly. I'm just trying to get off the speeches that I want to say, because off the leaf of the fucking tree that fell when I was fucking coming around, it yelled timber, and then he would sell that whole fucking landscape and try and make a good fucking real estate area for it. But then it was very important, because the thing is, I don't drive any amateur cars. I got a fucking proportionate. I gotta fucking put that in the garage, and it was fitting perfectly. It was proportionate, and then I fucking had a perfect landscape on front. I had a proportionate. I mean, it was all that shit happened in one fucking time. I don't know what type of entendre that was, but that was my fucking line, and I just said it because I meant it, and I'm gonna fucking make you look pathetic, and you're gonna have a false prosthetic, or prosthesis, or whatever that is, because my apotheosis is that you were not gonna beat this. You're just gonna fucking hear this, and then you're gonna be able to repeat this in your nightmares, because those are fucking crazy ass night terrors that you're gonna go through, and then it's gonna fucking explode you. And I'm not gonna rhyme this with Goku, because I don't watch that show, dude. If you want me to, it's too bad. What I'll fucking do is ruin your day, like replacing your fucking delicious bad food with tofu is what I'm gonna go do. Yes, I said that instead of saying something violent, because this is all hypothetical anyway, so when I vent, it's going to come out the way that I feel like. And, I feel like rhyming, and I feel like taking these fucking... I could take a fucking high heel and hike and chuck it at somebody, and it's gonna fucking hurt. It's gonna go right there where I want it to, and their blood is gonna squirt, and it's gonna splurge, and it's gonna explode them. It's gonna be, once again, like I said before, absurd. And then you really are gonna fly like a bird, like I said before. And this is a fucking metaphor, and I'm gonna be making sure that you're gonna be on the redded floor, and it's going to be an upsetting tour if I was to walk around and take a look at places here, because that's I'm going to find what I did beforehand, which I forgot because all of a sudden I forget what I was doing, and then all of a sudden I step on my shoes, get ruined because it's fucking blood and guts underneath it, because you don't want to be the one to see it, and I don't want to be the one to seep with my fucking socks get things on it, then I have to figure out how to do my laundry, and it's gonna get disgusting, it's gonna smell terrible, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be pondering, oh gee, maybe I should stop serving these bitch ass haters, but that's okay, because this just gets fast and way worse than it could have been any other time. I mean, fuck it, what should I do? Just sleep all day like a narcoleptic? Or should I just fucking be like a frog and just sleep all day? Or I could fucking, you can choose. You want to be a frog or a narcoleptic? You could just sleep all day. Get it? It's a fucking double fucking me. I'm doing it again because I'm showing you the blueprint with this shit, and I can't even see color, so how would I know if it's fucking blue or not? Because this dude is hot. This dude comes up with rhymes that'll fucking ruin the pot of a melting potted area, because what it should be is a melting pot in the sense of all different types of people. Yes, it's good to see it that way, but what I'm trying to see is a different type of place where we have only one type of good fucking music listeners. That would be my type of pot of a singular ingredient, and that would be the way that I would love to be seeing it, and that would be the way of the world for their ears to be feeding it. Yes, I said ears feeding, that's two different senses, but you get this. What I was trying to say, what I was trying to give off with my precipice is that I'm saying feeding you with knowledge, which knowledge you have to hear first, and then you understand that that's the way that it works, because it's a very weird verse that we live in, and it's a very weird verse that I'm given, because I'm given a verse, technically. I hope that counts as a double. If not, then I'm in trouble, but fuck it, I'll just do whatever I gotta do. I'll fucking snatch it out of you, that confidence that you thought you had, that you thought you were gonna be able to throw at someone else, and you were gonna, give someone hell, but you were just looking dumb as hell in the process, and in the Loch Ness's cage, you just got, stretched into a fucking impossible measurement, and then your fucking ligaments would throw and break into different segments of it. And that's the sentiment that I'm giving off of this, because my penmanship is extra crazy, and it's just, it gets me angry when people doubt it. That's all I'm saying, is because I was the one who found it, and I was the one who founded it. Okay, no, I didn't actually found it. Many rappers have done wordplay way before I did, yes. But to the level of extent that I've done, I gotta say I'm in the first place, even though I wasn't the first to do it. How does that work? Can you explain that, please? It's like, joining a race, and you're the last person to leave, but somehow you caught up, and then you beat them, and you got the fucking golden medal, and how does that work? The blue ribbon, but what you hold is everlasting, and it's just something that was prophetic, and it gave you the acceptance that you always looked for, that you would always try and get, but then the devil would come in and take it, and it would be able to get your place where you wanted to be at, because what happens is your face would just start melting, because it's hot as hell outside, and the hell is where we be at, because we're fucking run by a bunch of crooked monsters, and that's another word for politicians, in case you people want to understand that. And then I'm going to lose my sponsors, if I had any, because you're not allowed to speak about stuff like that. You're just supposed to be able to rap and talk about things, and talk about how stupid people are, and how weed does this, and coke does that, and if you don't disagree, if you don't agree with those things, then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to lose your rap citizenship. It's going to be revoked, and then you're going to get immediately pulled like a fucking vote that wasn't allowed to happen, and then you're going to be put into a cell, and it's not going to be one that you can get out of or get a fair trial as well. You just all go to hell. It's all that. It's just trials and tribulations, but none of that works. I mean, it's set its course, but in courts, you're just, you're meant to be destroyed and displayed as a fucking... You are going to be the victim, and you are going to be the forerunner for what happens to people after you. So if you disagree with this, then you're one of the people that's like Adam's attitude, which is fuck most of the human beings that run in political grounds and graves, because what they do is just get around, and then we praise them blindly on TV, but none of the real opinions get expressed. Of course not, because if you did, that's committing a speech crime, and you're going to get locked up, and it's going to be fast, and you're going to get knocked up, and I don't mean get pregnant, I mean you're going to get destroyed, and your thoughts are going to be corrupted by, brain control, mind control, all that stuff combined with all the things like programming and things that you wouldn't want to wind up and fall and end up seeing, and see all of that stuff, because you take a fall, you take a dip, and you're not made for this. If you're somebody who just believes that you can listen to the people on TV, and you're going to be able to be okay and live free, none of that's going to happen. Fuck that. It ain't even close to that. We're not even close to those type of times. We're farthest from it. And Adam Stark, he's just, getting pissed off because I'm just sick of it. And then just, what's going to happen is I'm going to start taking little pics of it, like just, and I'm not talking about pictures. I'm talking about, I'm going to nitpick this shit. I'm going to say what I don't like about this one and that one, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to get arrested because I said something bad about them. And that's as easy as it takes. Is you can't even have a disagreeing opinion against the fray or the model of the regular type of thinking. It's what happens is you get arrested, and then they give you a lobotomy and your brain starts shrinking, and then that's very horrible, and that's what happens. But that's just the way that it works, and that's okay, because the thing is, it could be way worse, yes, but we are still in a bad spot as well, and it's getting close. It's like, they saying a bat out of hell. Well, the bat also didn't escape entirely, because then what it did is it was infected virally, and that bat that escaped has been biting all of us, and we don't even realize it, because the real lies are thick, and they are able to get through the thick skulls of us and the thin ones as well, and it just gets us compelled to try and figure out this worldly unfortunate spell that has fucking contracted, whatever the word is, that gets us all fucked up, and we're not able to think straight, and then we get worn out so easily, and all we have to do is join a think tank, and we'll all be in an echo chamber, and then let's go get angered and be able to figure out what to do next, except, work 40 plus hours a week, have nothing else to do, and then the time that you should be spending with your family is all the way through the ground and all the way going down, and it's just gonna fucking evaporate into the ground, and it's gonna shrink and shrivel into a little tiny piece, like about this big, the size of a little pea or less, and that's okay, because what he would stress, that's me, of course, because he's impressed, the people listening to Adam Stark as a male, because I said he, but she as well should be able to see this amazing thing that I'm doing, which is being able to say words and be able to, take words and take the course of things that have gotten, unfortunately, into the wrong opposite end of the spectrum, because the next one to say something as crazy as disagreeing with the rest of them, as if me were to do so, is going to be, unfortunately, locked into a cell, because what happens, a lot of things don't go well when you disagree with the main ideals of a certain country, and that is the thing that is just, there's nothing worse than being hunted than having an opinion that's agreeing with somebody that you don't actually agree with, but you say it out loud, and you don't say it with proudness, and that's okay, because it's one of those things that you won't understand until it's too late, but that's okay, because what we can do now is just, we can reinvent ourselves, and we can try and move fate to the side and push it, and then hopefully it doesn't, ruin what we were trying to do, and it just gets cushioned, and it just, fucking gets stabbed a million times like a pin cushion, and then all of a sudden what you want to do is try and put more air in it, and then what happens is it doesn't float like you thought it would. Instead, it just blows up in your face, and then all of a sudden you look like the one who's arrogant. I don't know, all that stuff just sucks, the way that the world is. I'm a very negative person, but that's because the world made me this way. It's just crazy to say, but it's just kind of the truth, and it's crazy in a way that if you think I am, you can try and or think I'm not, you can try to disprove it, but it won't probably work because it's proven. And, it's stupid to even have this argument, because most people are hard to get to. They just have this fucking wall up, like, don't talk to me about any hard issues. It ain't gonna work right. But, fuck it. Am I worth it, right? I mean, are you listening to this and actually having your ears turned on all the way? Or is it just or just in the background, and you're not listening to it because, you're falling to the fray? You're just falling as prey. I mean, Is that what's happening today? I'd like to know. But, I won't get any answers, because most people don't talk to me, because, I get it, and I understand it. I don't like it, though, but it's because I speak my own opinions, and I definitely disagree with most people's, but that's okay, because, the thing about the world is it's so evil, and I just wish that I could fucking blind you guys sometimes and realize which one of us is right. Me or the people on TV, which one of us, what's happened is, we're gonna, at one point, which are we going to become to rust? Because that's what iron does over time. And I earned over time a bunch of crazy ideals and things that disagree with people on TV, people with backgrounds. They say what goes, and what they don't say doesn't go, and what they say doesn't go. And with those people, they don't even need proof. It just doesn't show. They just get themselves locked up, and they get hit with the shovel so quick. They're already burying themselves in a fucking mud puddle with this shit, and that's just all it takes on top of their bodies is a couple of bricks, and then nobody even notices that they disappeared. This is weird. I mean, this is where Cheers would come if I wasn't saying such depressing content, but that's okay, because you shouldn't take it out of context. It's just one of those things that I just wish I could pluck your eyes out. I mean, get to the point with this damn thing. I could just, understand things, and I could just figure out what I'm going to do, because, the damn truth is, there's so many of these damn new kids that just don't understand how the world works, and they'll just accept what they read in the history books and just listen to me. Look, they're not telling all the truth. It's as easy as that. But they won't actually do the research. In fact, they will just take what they read and relax and go on to the next thing. But, that's just the thing. I don't understand. The rest of us can't stand for this. And what I'll do is I'll fucking pluck your eyes out and get it done like a retina transplant. I'll put your ice in a box like a retina transplant, and I'll fucking keep the drinks cold like I'm putting ice in a box like a retina transplant. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm just fucking eyes ice. Yes, it sounds close enough, because this stuff. Adam Stark does. He comes up with crazy-ass rhymes. And what you don't notice, us, as in the real good rappers, coming up with crazy shit, because we won't get the views to back us. We know that. The people that get views are the people that have the wackest stuff to say. The wackest fucking unbelievable downgraded content that is just not even worth a 10-second listen to. Every time you do, you fucking lose a couple of brain cells, and then what happens is, as you understand and you read between the frails of the fucking understanding the words and stuff that is written there, that the people are fucking spitting there, it just, what it does is it makes you want to fucking rip your hair, and it just it makes you pissed off. And that's probably how I got this way, bald, I say, if you didn't notice, if you weren't watching this, but you were listening and trying to figure out what Adam Stark was trying to get off and say, is they fucking piss me off. Those people that are at today on the radio that actually get views are fucking terrible. They're not even comparable, and they're just, what they're doing is they're creating a problem for people that are actually talented. And now I should fucking smack these actresses and these whack-ass kids that get on the mics and try and rap, and they can't do shit. They just fucking sound like a fucking bag of potato chips that got stepped on, and they mumble anyways, is the way that they can actually react with this. That's what they do. That's what their reaction is. Instead of actually trying to study the art of hip hop, instead they're like, well, what can I do today that's pretty whack with this? I mean, what can I do that's gonna piss people off, and it's gonna create a lot of problems, and then it's gonna get Adam pissed. That's pretty much what they do. Anyways, just felt like freestyling. Life isn't always great.